Hi there everybody, this is David and welcome to New RPG News. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today, from Dragon Quest to Final Fantasy to East, to Trails in the Sky to Metaphor to Expedition 33 to even some news about Tales of Rebirth and a new Legend of Dragoon project. And I want to tell you all about that today, and I definitely do think that's worth a sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. With your sub, your like, and your brand new hype, it helps me out a ton. Thank you so much for all of that. And now let's go ahead and get started. We have some new information about Dragon Quest I, new scenarios, encounters, and dungeons, Rubus and the Dream Whisper right here. Like I said before, I did get a chance to play this game early. I only got like 25-ish minutes or so with it, so I couldn't see everything, but I did see some cool stuff, including, the fairies, or at least the fairy village. So now we get some more information about that. So it says there's new scenarios right here, and the world is shrouded in darkness. The wind stops. The sea is wild. Their only hope is a prophecy. Oh, that's Final Fantasy. Anyway, you'll seek the aid of Rubus, who also appears in Dragon Quest III, visit the fairies, said to have a deep connection with Rubus, and aim to summon her. I totally aged myself with that Final Fantasy reference. Oh my god. I know I'm 43. What do you want? Okay, so here we have the Sage of Rain. It says, a voice spake unto thee in thy dreams. So yeah, it's still in that old English like it was back on the NES right there. There's Rubus right there. We have the fairies. I told y'all there was a fairy in this game, the fairy village. The fairy village didn't look like this though. That's the fairy village. Whenever I went there was only a little cat there right there, but yeah. So it looks like we can see the fairies. It says encounters with people not featured in the original title and new events have been added, further deepening the story of Dragon Quest I. Solve various mysteries while listening to the tales of those you encounter in your adventure. This is Gwaylin's guard, the captain of the guard, as your hero passes over the bridge right there. And I did see this portion whenever I did play the game the first time around. Looks like there's the Warlock of Doorlocks. Obviously the guy who does like the magic keys and everything. There's a cave with various dwarves in there. Very cool. Multiple new dungeons have appeared. What exactly awaits at the end of these dungeons? This path right here, it looks like that kind of desert, mazy mountain path that you take to get over to Cantlin in the southern portion of the world. And it looks like they added something right there to that mazy portion, because in the original version of the game, that mazy portion was only there to screw you over. You would be like down there looking around trying to find Cantlin, and there'd be like a bridge down there and this mazy portion up here, and you'd be like, I don't know where to go. And if you got stuck in that mazy portion, you were screwed, because it put you all the way over and around Canton, down on into the swamps and everything, whenever all you really need to do is just go over the bridge. So yeah, I guess they're adding something there to that mazy portion. I remember getting lost in that stupid maze so many times. So let's see. Monsters have appeared in towns around the world. Among them are some formidable foes. Use your innate courage to rescue the people struggling for these monsters. And there is the Golem in Cantlin. It says, one whiff of darkness and the Golem was ours to command. This is Spiketail saying that, whoever Spiketail is. It's coming out for the PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, Switch, and PC on October the 30th. And I cannot wait! Honestly, I kind of already thought that this was a thing. I really had no idea, because every time I go on Amazon and I look up Switch games and stuff, I always see this available on Amazon. But apparently, I guess it's only in Europe or Asia or something. But right now, it is coming to North America. This is the Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII Remastered Twin Pack, as well as a separate thing for Final Fantasy IX, coming to North America on December the 9th right here. And it looks like both of them are going to be $40. I don't know why you couldn't put Final Fantasy VII, 8, and 9 on one Switch cartridge. They're PS1 games, for God's sakes, but whatever. So yeah, this is really cool. I kind of could see it because Final Fantasy IX is such a good game. It's like my favorite. It's one of my absolute favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. So it can definitely stand alone on its own. Whereas Final Fantasy VIII needs something else to prop it up. I know, all the haters are going to come after me now. So it needs Final Fantasy VII to prop it up because Final Fantasy VIII sucks. But anyway, I'm just joking with y'all. Yeah, this is now available. I'll include links below. I know I have a strange sense of humor, and not many people seem to get it. They seem to always take everything that I say, like, right, for face value, and they don't get my humor. But anyway, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Integrate, and Rebirth Twin Pack PS5 Physical Edition has been announced, due out on December the 4th. Shocked that this didn't that this wasn't announced like right whenever Rebirth came out. I feel like they should have made a bundle that already had Remake into it or whatever, but give it 2 years and it comes out coming out for $60. You get both games including Integrate. That's a really good deal considering I think I want to spend $60 on both of the games anyway, so $120 total. But this also tells you that eventually there will be a trilogy pack. It'll just, if the third game comes out in like 2027, the trilogy pack will probably come out in 2030, so you probably have to wait quite a bit of time for that to come out if you did want to wait. By the time that this video goes live, this live stream will have already happened, but I'm talking to you at 9:46 a.m. on Friday morning, and this thing's going to be going live at 9 p.m. at night my time, and I'm not making the news after, well, it'll be an hour-long live stream. It'll be 10 o'clock at night, and then I'm going to record the news? No. I'm 43, like I said. No. I'm going to bed. No. So... This live stream is going to be featuring a special message, and hopefully it's really cool, and I can come to y'all and talk about what the special message is. So yeah, maybe a double day tomorrow, who knows. So yeah, it's going to be coming out at 9 o'clock my time, midnight Eastern time. Ain't no way I'm staying up that late. You'll watch it on YouTube and Steam with a special message. It has since surpassed 2 million units sold. I'm going to take a gamble right here and say the special message is either going to be one of 3 things. It's going to be a Switch 2 version. It's going to be a Metaphor Royal Edition, which I really hope it isn't. Or it's going to be a Metaphor 2, which I really, really, really hope it is. Like the Switch 2, eh. The Royal Edition, eh. Sequel? Yes, please. This year has seen nothing but banger after banger after banger after banger. So many good games. But I've got to say, I still probably think that this was the cream of the crop right here. I loved Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Thought it was fantastic. Sales top 5 million. Amazing. Good for them. And a free major update is now in development with new playable environment, boss battles, costumes, and more. It says that it serves as a thank you to fans who supported the game. It says there's a new playable environment, taking the characters of Expedition 33 to a brand new location with new enemy encounters and surprises to discover, challenging new boss battles for late game players to overcome, new costumes for each member of the expedition, giving more customization options for players throughout their adventure, new text and user face game localizations in Czech, Ukrainian, Latin American, Spanish, Turkish, Vietnamese, Thai, and Indonesian, bring the total number of supported languages to 19, plus even more surprises fans can look forward to. Always, always, always love a free update. I think that's amazing. I cannot wait to see what else this company has in store for us. They really did just such a knockdown, bang-out job on this game. Fantastic turn-based combat with timing, with a world map, with tons of really cool monsters, great party members, and I think most importantly, a storyline that really felt real. Like, characters would argue back and forth, and you felt like this is a real argument. Like, it was really so well done. Tit's first chapter has an update as well, which adds first-person mode, plus the option to hide the user interface. It says that this is coming out for the PlayStation 5 and PC, but the Switch 2 and Switch versions of this update will follow at a later date. The patch notes added image quality and performance settings to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, options to adjust text speed and text auto advance speed, added 1-key shortcuts for actions that will require 2 key presses on the keyboard, added in a first-person mode, and added the option to hide the in-game user interface right there. So that's pretty neat little update right there if you want to actually see your characters running around like that. We have an opening movie for Ys vs. Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga, which I don't really care about the opening movie. Basically, I'm only telling you the story to kind of remind you that, hey, this game is out. If you want it, it is out on October 10th, which is yesterday for y'all watching on Saturday, but today for me. This is a crossover fighting game. I made a review on this just the other day, actually. Coming out for the PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC for $35. There is a physical version of the game, however, it is only by limited run games. This is essentially Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, Super Smash Brothers, that sort of thing. Dissidia meets Ys and Trails in the Sky characters, Ys 7 characters, and Trails in the Sky characters. That's it. I already had some people in the people are ridiculous in the comments, and they were like, there's this other character who actually appears in there that you didn't talk about. And Lord knows that, in these reviews, you're so, stuck between a rock and a hard place whenever you make these reviews. You go and you talk about what you want to talk about, and even though you see other things as you're playing the game, you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't talk about that, because if I do, everybody's going to scream, oh my god, spoilers, we can't have that! But then, whenever you don't talk about it, then people will say, how come you didn't talk about this? Well, because people scream, oh my god, spoilers! That's why! And then some guy called me out and was like, well, who's gonna complain about spoilers from a 12-year-old PSP game? Well, number one, this game never came out in the West. This was Japan only for the PSP. Number two, Final Fantasy Tactics came out in 1997, and it came out in the West much, much, much longer ago than this game ever did, and people are still whining about spoilers in that one. So I don't want to hear it. I make the review, I try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. I do what I do, and I try to do it to the best of my abilities, and people still complain. We have a story trailer for Code Vein 2. It's an action RPG coming out January 30th of next year. Sorry, I just had to rant about that. It pisses me off so much. It's like you try your best, and nothing's ever good enough. And it just gets on my last nerve. Anyway. Okay, this is introducing the game's narrative set in the future where last remnants of humanity and revenants struggle against a world on the verge of collapse. You can wield time as a weapon, traverse through past and present versions of the explorable world, and uncover a dramatic battle to save the world. Players will travel across vast environments with companions who factor large into the dynamic partner system as they take on challenging foes and massive unforgettable losses. The trailer reveals a deep dive into the world of Code Vein 2, where players take on the role of the Revenant Hunter to prevent the resurgence, a cataclysmic event that threatens the fate of the world, accompanied by Lou Magmel, a Revenant girl who revives the protagonist with her own heart and wields the power to travel through time. The Revenant Hunter embarks on a mission to rewrite history and save the world. The trailer also highlights the powerful bonds between Revenants, introduces new characters, and voice performances. As much as I didn't really like the first game, I'm still holding out hope that I will like this game. I like what I see. I like the videos. It looks really cool. It looks up my alley. I just hope that it's not Souls-like hard. I hope it's normal action RPG hard, because there's definitely a difference. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 Remake Destiny and Strategy Expansion Pack Bundle launches on January the 29th of next year worldwide. It says, in the West, Romance of the Three Kingdoms Remake will be available for PC via Steam or as downloadable content for the PC version. It looks like Koei Tecmo America and Europe did not announce plans to release the PS5, PS4, or Switch versions in the West, despite the Japanese official website listing English edition of the console versions. So they're getting an English edition of the console version in Japan, but people in the West who mostly speak English aren't getting an English version of the console. I don't know! I don't make these decisions! I don't know! It makes no sense to me! I don't know! It says, we've improved the quality and added new content to the Play as All Officers feature of Romance of the Kingdoms, which allows you to play as any officer in the world of the Three Kingdoms. Enjoy the game to the fullest with new elements like turning points and gems, new events, and a new Chinese voice option. So, yeah, don't ask me the decisions. Wild. We have a new gameplay trailer for Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive, coming out on November the 17th for the PC, in 2026 on the PS5 and Xbox Series. pre-orders are beginning on November the 14th right here. So it says it's going to be $40. So it looks like it's coming for the PC first, then PlayStation 5 and Xbox in 2026, but we don't have a release date for the physical versions right there. There will be a deluxe edition, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it talks about the developer's note detailing the core gameplay features. It is a premium title separate from the mobile game, so do keep that in mind. I wanted to go more into depth on that. It says, for those of you waiting for Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive, we also recognize the concern that it might end up as nothing more than a simple port of Solo Leveling Arise. So it looks like Arise is the mobile game, and Overdrive is the console version of the mobile game. This seems to be a new thing, kind of like Teleres Lariana and Octopath Traveler 0, so yeah. It says, rest assured, Overdrive is an entirely different game developed by an independent project by an entirely separate team. So Solo Leveling Arise, the mobile game, will continue on its own path, whereas Overdrive, the console game, is being developed as a distinct PC title, console title with its own unique identity. So we're doing our utmost to ensure that both projects live up to your expectations. This is a full package game. Rather than relying on randomness when recruiting hunters or crafting weapons, we've designed the game to reward effort and strategy, allowing you to feel a true sense of achievement. All the hunters and their weapons and the joy of progression can be earned and enjoyed entirely through in-game play. So this is not gacha, this is not mobile, this is a full console game. Bittersweet Birthday for the PC launches on November the 11th, with console versions to follow at a later date for the PS5, Xbox, and Switch. This is going to be $20. It says this is a unique blend of brutal, finely tuned boss battles and heartfelt storytelling. Every encounter is a one-of-a-kind fight with multiple phases that demands mastery of movement, timing, and quick thinking, while exploration between battles reveals a world full of secrets, side quests, and colorful characters. Alongside its challenge-driven gameplay, the game stands out with its own hand-drawn pixel art, memorable cast, minigames, and an atmosphere that seamlessly balances intensity and charm. So it's almost maybe kind of like an exploration sort of game, with no battles until you get to the boss fight, which is like extreme battles, and then kind of exploration in between. So it looks kind of a different thing. Now this is like so freaking cool, I just had to show this to y'all. I am on the Square Enix store, the Japan Square Enix store. I do not know if they import to other countries. I have no idea, don't ask me. But I'm on the Japan Square Enix store. They have Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6 pixel art t-shirts that are $40, roughly 6,000 yen. I looked it up, it's roughly 40 bucks. But the cool thing about it is not only does it come with this really cool shirt, if I can make it look any bigger. Let's see, okay, there we go. Making that look bigger right there, but it comes in like this box that looks just like, you know, the Super Famicom version of the game, and that's for all three of the games. For 40 bucks, like, you could spend $40 just on a shirt, let alone coming in this really cool box right there. I'm hoping that they will go ahead and import this. I don't know, because the release date is October the 11th, and right now it's the 10th whenever I'm recording this, but it's going to be the 11th whenever it comes out, so we will know if they import tomorrow or today for those of you watching. Cool beans, and you love to see it. Tales of Rebirth. I know, Tales of Rebirth on the PS2 has an English fan patch right now, and this was released quite some time ago, but now that has reached its 1.0 release, which means it is finally done. It says that it's been playable in English since December of last year, but now this is the definitive version of the patch. So if you've been waiting on this, or you didn't know about this, now you do. Now you know, and now there's no excuse. You can play this. So this is a fun game. I played it back a year ago, whenever it, was full translated. But now I kind of want to redo it again with the definitive patch, you know what I'm saying? It's a really fun game. It's like this linear motion battle system. It plays very much like Tales of Destiny R. There's like this whole racial thing going on between the humans and the beastmen and all this. It's really a fun game. Great Tales game. Hopefully, we actually get like an official remaster of this in the West as well. And in our final story of the day, I just had to share this. The Legend of Dragoon demake is finally nearing completion. I had no idea that this demake was even a thing, but apparently it's almost done. So it says the Legend of Dragoon demake has been ongoing for about 5 years now. He took the project on from an Italian developer during COVID-19 and has run with it ever since, creating a small team to bring this Game Boy Advance-esque demake of the PS1 classic to life. I'm not seeing anything Game Boy Advance about this. It's very RPG Maker. Not really Game Boy Advance, but just saying. Whatever you say, article. It says the game currently covers all events from the original game leading up to the epic Ouroboros boss fight in the Limestone Cave, and this first public release was intended to take the player all the way up to the exiting the Limestone Cave, like in the original Legend of Dragoon PlayStation 1 demo. There is a snag, however. He goes on to explain that they have run into some problems with regards to sprite development regarding Ouroboros' crawl animation. That's where we're currently stuck in development. Instead of waiting any longer to finally release this public for all fans to dive into and enjoy, we're just going to go ahead and move forward with the project's release here today, so this has been released. The general idea behind releasing the game in its current state is as a work in progress to hopefully get somebody on board who can help the team to get over this hurdle and complete the demake fully. So if you have a Windows PC or Android telephone and fancy giving the game a go with a view of pitching in to make it a reality, then hit them up and show them what you can do. So I saw this and I was like, this is actually really freaking cool. I would love to check this out. And at the same time, I can help kind of spread the word that, hey, you know, these people are putting their heart and soul into this demake and they need some help in developing. And I am the most computer illiterate person on the planet, so I can't help, but maybe some of you can help. So if you want to reach out to them, you know what to do. So yeah, that's it for new RPG news. Hope that you guys enjoyed it and have a good day. But wait, there's more! Yeah, now it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I found something else that I just had to add in because I cannot let this one go. This is from the official Square Enix Twitter account with an official message from Team Asano that says celebrating 13 years of Bravely. This year, we were able to release Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remastered. Thank you very much for your support. This project was originally inspired by the 10th anniversary broadcast, and I've been thinking it might be nice to do another one after all this time. We appreciate your support. Ha! Does that mean a Bravely Default 3? Or does that mean another HD remaster? I think it means another Bravely game, another entry into the Bravely series, and I think that's fantastic because I love the Bravely series. So we just have to keep our little eyes on this one right here. That looks great. He's been thinking it might be nice to do another one after all this time. I think it might be nice to do another one after all this time too. Okay, y'all, for real, bye.